My name is Nahla Summers and I have the most wonderful job of researching kindness. However, you're unable to research kindness in workplaces without also having a very good understanding of blame. Blame lies in some form or another within every organisation, in every home in society. Today, I'm going to discuss 3 key points that I believe will be helpful to anyone encountering blame in the workplace. I'm going to touch on how workplace culture is made up firstly. I've picked on one internal change that you can make to transform blame, and one external change and how we interact with others that can also transform blame. Firstly though, what does blame look like? It can happen without us even being aware of it. We use language with the underlying goal of seeking out a person to blame and ensuring that we ourselves are not in the firing line. Who left the fridge open? You didn't do this, which meant that this happened. This is your fault, not mine. We also do this to ourselves, the voice in our heads. It's all my fault. If only I had done this or that. We are not always kind to ourselves. Firstly, let me talk to you about workplace culture and a little tip to understanding its formation. It is made up of many repeating patterns of behaviours. Blame is no exception. And now I've shared this with you, you'll struggle not to see these patterns as you go back into your workplace. How meetings are conducted, the dynamics between departments, the language that people use. They all hold patterns that form the culture. The second point is about the internal change to ourselves that we can make to transform blame. And that is the importance of accepting failure and how to do that. It's about being kinder to ourselves. No one likes failure. But learning the acceptance of failure is incredibly important. It's about removing the ego. It allows us to learn and develop. Ultimately, learning not to dwell on the things that don't work out, but instead to use it to motivate us to the next challenge and really learn from those moments. The third and last point is about what you can do with your external environment. Ultimately, how we interact with others. How we can challenge behaviours, break those negative patterns by simply ask questions and stay curious. Let's run through an example. Something happens in the workplace. A client was unhappy at the delivery of the latest project. The client is making noises to leave and 10% of the revenue of the business will be lost if they do. In the meeting, someone starts saying, "Well, I did everything I was supposed to do." It triggers a pattern. You will have seen it at some point, and for some, they see it often. It looks to hold a single person accountable. People blame when there is a feeling of insecurity within themselves, or that the company culture instills through, you got it, patterns. There is lots to unpack with that idea, but for now, let's stick to what you can do. You may feel you are only one person and can't make a difference, but research says that as an individual, you have the power to change the room in a single moment. Whilst there are several ways, the one I want to leave you with today is by simply asking questions to control the outcome of the room. Not looking to blame, but firstly saying, what can we do to keep the client? What are their needs? And let's focus firstly on that. Then moving to, how do we as a team ensure we aren't in this situation again? This is not an individual, this is for us all to consider and play a part. Asking questions is the most powerful, underrated tool in the workplace, and we can all do it. When looking at leadership patterns, you can find leaders who tell rather than ask, but it's curiosity that is key to great business. So let's summarise. Culture is simply patterns, and therefore blame in workplaces can be changed. You have the power to change blame by asking better questions. Leaving your ego at the front door as you enter your workplace and remaining curious in the face of adversity is a powerful part of the change you hope to see. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this pep talk.